top 15 sharp practices in our society. So today I'll be talking to you about the top 15 sharp practices in our society. Sharp practice is a pejorative phrase to describe any sneaky or cunning behavior that is technically within the rules of the law but borders on being unethical. It is often used to describe dishonest or deceptive behavior in business, but it can also be used to describe similar behavior in other contexts, such as politics or sports. Examples of sharp practice include bait and switch tactics. A company advertises a low price for a product or service, but then tries to sell the customer a more expensive product or service when they arrive. Hidden fees. A company charges additional fees that are not clearly disclosed to the customer upfront. Misleading advertising. A company makes false, misleading claims about its products or services. False pretenses. A person pretends to be someone they are not in order to gain an advantage. Bribery. A person offers or pays a bribe to another person in order to influence their decision making. Sharp practices can be harmful to customers, consumers, businesses, and society as a whole. It can erode trust, damage reputations, and lead to financial losses. In some cases, it can even be illegal. It is important to be aware of sharp practices so that you can avoid being taken advantage of it. If you think you may be the victim of sharp practice, you should report it to the appropriate authorities. Here are some tips to help you avoid being a victim of sharp practice. Number 1, be wary of deals that seem too good to be true. Secondly, read the fine print before you sign any contracts. Do your research before you buy any products or services. Be skeptical of unsolicited offers. Be cautious about giving out your personal information. If you think you have been the victim of sharp practices, you should contact your local consumer protection agency or law enforcement agencies. Here is a list of sharp practices both in business and in general. In business, we have bait and switch tactics, hidden fees, misleading advertising, false pretenses, bribery, price gouging, pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, identity theft, fraudulent insurance claims, kickbacks. Then in general, we have cheating, lying, stealing, bullying, plagiarism, ghosting, gaslighting, manipulation, extortion, sabotage, impersonation. It is important to know that this list is not exhaustive, and there are many other ways to engage in sharp practice. It is also important to note that just because something is not on this list does not mean that it is illegal. However, all of these practices are unethical and can have negative consequences for others. If you are ever unsure whether or not something is sharp practice, it is always best to err on the side of caution and avoid it. Sharp practices is a term used to describe unethical or dishonest business practices. It often refers to actions that are cunning, deceitful, or not in compliance with established standards or regulations. It can encompass a wide range of behaviors such as fraud, price manipulation, unfair competition, and other deceptive actions in business or trade. If you have specific questions or need more information, sharp practices in the society. Sharp practices in society can vary by location, culture, and context, but some Common examples include, so now here are the 15 sharp practices. Number 1, corruption. Corruption is the abuse of power for personal gain, such as bribery and embezzlement. Number 2 sharp practice is fraud. Fraud is the deceptive practices to obtain money, property, or services through dishonest means. Number 3, tax evasion. Illegally avoiding taxes by underreporting income or inflating deductions. Number 4, price gouging. Unfairly raising prices during emergencies or supply shortages. Number 5 sharp practices, discrimination. Treating individuals unfairly based on factors like race, gender, or religion. Number 6, environmental exploitation. That is, irresponsible practices that harm the environment, such as illegal lodging or pollution. Number 7, insider trading. That is, illegally trading securities based on non-public material information. Number 8, counterfeiting. Producing fake limitation products, often infringing on intellectual property rights. Number 9, plagiarism. Presenting someone else's work or idea as one's own without proper attribution. Number 10 sharp practices, child labor. That is, exploiting children for labor in hazardous or harmful conditions. Number 11, human trafficking. The illegally transporting people for forced labor, sex work, or other exploitative purposes. Number 12, price fixing. Colluding with competitors to set prices at artificially high levels. Number 13, cybercrime. Committing crimes using digital technology like hacking and online fraud. Number 14, pyramid schemes. Deceptive investment schemes that rely on recruiting others to make money. Number 15, patient poaching. Medical facilities competing for patients by unethical means such as misrepresenting services. These practices are harmful and often illegal, undermining trust and fairness in society. Efforts to combat them include legal measures, awareness campaigns, and ethical education. So with this, I come to the end of today's talk on the top 15 sharp practices in our society.